We are coming to the end of the church's liturgical year, and we have been thinking about the end times. How will we prepare for our death? We have been using Matthew chapter 25 for our meditation. Last weekend, we read about the 5 wise and the 5 foolish virgins with the admonition, "Keep your eyes open, for you do not know the day or the hour." This week, we read the story of the man going on a journey. He called in his servants and handed his funds over to them according to each man's ability. 2 of the servants made a profit for the master, while a third was afraid to use his abilities and buried his master's money to give it back to him in full. His master exclaimed, "You worthless, lazy lout." According to the parable, when God hands his son or daughter a resource, doing nothing is not an option. A resource can be a spiritual gift, personality, material resources, time, talent, abilities, attitude, intelligence, helps, administration, and faith. However, if nothing is done, the son or daughter has to suffer the consequences. Jesus used this parable to emphasize the need to use what God has entrusted to believers and to get the attention of non-believers. Fear can cause us not to use the resources God has entrusted to us. I've heard people say they cannot do such and such because they are afraid they will say or do something wrong. Fear can be paralyzing and also can be an excuse. If you have such fear, confess it to God and ask him to help you to overcome your fear. Let him lead you and equip you to serve him and to use the resources he has given to you. Next weekend, we will read in the gospel, again Matthew 25, of the final judgment. We will be judged on our love relationship with the people God placed in our lives, and our love relationship with God in Christ. Be ready, fear not. Use wisely the gifts of God and love with the Spirit God has placed in you. If Jesus is our companion on our journey, we will not fear the final judgment, nor shall we fear death. We will be ready to meet him, who we knew all along, but now see him face to face. You have been given gifts. Recognize those gifts. I know a lot of people who have gifts do not know that they have them. So how will they use them? Come to discover your gifts. It's not an act of humility to say, I have no gifts. It is an act of blindness. Yes, you have gifts, and they are to be used. They are to be used all along. For every gift we have is a gift of love and of ourselves that we give away. We're going to be judged on how we loved. And it isn't just our love. It is how much did we get love from God that we failed to share with each other.